Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Sherry and this is Leafy Conversations. I have a update video for you. So I have been buying plants, as you know, and I haven't been actually recording the unboxings or the potting up on some of them. So you're not really aware of all the plants that I have bought in the last couple weeks. So today I want to go over two of my Anthurium that I have bought, and that way, so I can. That's kind of exciting because I know they're going to be beautiful plants as they grow, and I'm really excited about adding them to my collection of Anthuriums here. So yeah, so I will put up I think I'll put them on this side this time. Yeah, this side. I'll put pictures up of the unboxing that I did. I don't think I had that many pictures, but I will put that up there to the left as I'm talking and kind of go through the last couple weeks. It's only been 14 days since I bought these two plants. I bought it from Plantamani, which I'll put on the screen here. Now, Plantamani is not new to me. I bought my first Anthurium from them. And you might remember it or you might not, but I bought my Anthurium Palidiflorum from them last February, which I'll put here. So check that video out if you haven't seen it. I was pretty gutsy buying Anthurium during the winter time and dead of winter, and but it's doing marvelous. And I also have an update on that. I actually potted it up a couple weeks back. And if I remember, Future Sherry will put a link to that video in the description down below. So, so what did I buy from them 14 days ago? I bought a Anthurium warquinum crossed with Esmeralda. And I also bought a Anthurium Vitelliflorium, which I'll put down on the screen. So why did I buy them? Because they're beautiful and they're strap leaves. Hi, what's going on? Big boy's coming to visit. Oh, we have new neighbors. And they are just, it looks like a fence may be going up. And so they just saw the new doggie. And this dog is big and black, and I'm not sure what kind of dog he is, but so my apologies if you hear them, but they're losing their marbles about right now, which typically happens when a new pet friend comes in the neighborhood, and we're surrounded with them. We have two, we have three behind us, we have two on the other side, and now we're going to have this one here. And then there's two behind them. So we're just loaded with doggies here. But, I digressed. Oh, so I wanted these specifically because I really love the strap leaves. This is my Anthurium pendens, and it's doing great. And I also bought, which that video is either out. That video is out now. I also bought the Winlingery from Rare Plant Fairy. She's just a baby, so it'll be a while probably before she really spits out any nice long leaves, but I cannot wait. So as you can see, I'm kind of on that trend of strap leaves, and I already have the Queen Anthurium. She's doing marvelous, so I didn't want to buy another one. at least not at this point in time. And Plantamania has multiple sizes of plants. And now you're not going to be, I've not had the luxury of buying a big plant and it actually the leaves living. Now it's, if the roots are good, then I get bigger leaves that come out and are used to, and it's used to my environment, and things work out that way. So that's nice. And so when I bought this plant, specifically the Warquinum slash Esmeralda right here, I knew that the leaves would have a challenge. Now, 3 leaves came with this plant, and I chopped the 1 leaf off. I knew that it probably would dry up, shrivel, and croak because we're in winter, and I already know how the queen works. If the leaves aren't used to this environment, you're not going to make it. They're just not going to make it. However, this leaf is the newest leaf. I had to cut the end off because it started shriveling up and drying off and dying. So I cut that off. And then this is an older leaf where you can see that it's starting to yellow on the left-hand side. The Sherry, the younger Sherry that didn't have plants or just started her plant adventure, would have been really upset about what her leaves look like at this point. But now that I've been doing this for a while now, I'm not upset because here's what I know. And you can take it with a grain of salt or not, but this is what I know for me. That the leaves that are used to an environment like Florida, for example, which is where this plant lived, is not going to do well coming to Ohio during the end of November, and the humidity is now down to low 30s. So, and also even in the summertime, if I would have bought this plant, it would still had struggles. I think it would have done pretty good because I've really come afar with my mix, how I take care of them, what to expect, but there's still potential that these existing leaves just aren't going to make it. The most important thing, and this is always hard for me as a plant owner, is the roots. If the roots are healthy, then you're going to have a healthy plant, and it's going to push out leaves eventually. Now, when I bought this, it was labeled as a mature plant. So mature meant to me is that, well, this has been around a while. It's established. I kind of thought that the leaves would have been bigger for mature, but again, I don't know how mature it is. How old it is, I don't know. But I will, I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm okay. I think this plant's beautiful. But what's really exciting is, again, I only had it 14 days. And I did not, as you already know, I do not let plants sit more than 24 hours in their pot that it came in. And as you can see at the pictures, it was not a good pot, and it was not a good mix to stay in. The Anthuriums love big pots. They love their stems inside of these tall pots, and I want to get them in and established as quickly as possible. So let me show you something exciting. Let me take this ugly sticker out. By the way, there's no gnats, at least not on this one. So look at this. So you see, this leaf has very high potential, still high risk, because this is what we're dealing with. Now it's sunny out. So when it's sunny, our house warms up. We're at 70. Now tonight it's going to drop down to 64 because there's no sun and we have radiant heat. And it's harder for our house to keep hot, and unlike normal heater. But you look at my temperature, my humidity at the top, it's 35%. So 35% for new leaves, or actually that's 32%, sorry, aren't ideal. But so I don't know, and again, this plant's not established yet. So I don't know how this new leaf's going to do. I will tell you that my queen, I don't know if I can get her down. Let me get it real quick. So my queen pushed out this new leaf, and I don't know if it's done growing yet, but I think she could have grown more if it was better humidity. I'm not going to touch her because she's still floppy, but you can see here, this was the leaf that came out during the summer. Okay. This leaf came out also during the summer. So this was the first leaf I got after buying this plant. And then, I mean, look at this, guys. This is unheard of. There's not a brown spot on that leaf. And it's at least 5 months old. We're December. I think it pushed out this leaf in June. I can't swear to that, but that's just amazing. Okay. So I know I'm doing something right. And then this one pushed out in August. And then now this one's pushing out. And again, I'm still a little scared because if you see it, it's a little bit, see how it's not unfolding? It's not straight. That tells me it's cold. And it wants to go back in its little home where it was warm, and I don't know how well this leaf's going to do compared to the other two, but I'm keeping it spritzed with water every day, and I'm keeping the top moss wet. So, and I water her every 6 days. So we'll just see how that goes. So what I do for her is what I'm going to do for the Warquinum Esmeralda. And we'll just see how that new leaf does. So I'm really hoping that based off what I've done with the queen herself, that it does well with this new leaf. I will say that what this leaf looked like maybe a week ago, it was starting to yellow and get really bad on the sides. Looks like it may have stopped somewhat, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll just see. So that's this plant. Where did I have her? So that's this one. Now let me show you I think it's Vitiliform. Not sure, but this I got also from Plantamani, and I'll have also on the left its pictures. So, and when I unboxed it, so this is the longest leaf that came. And as you see, they pop up, which I'm not a fan of. So I'm really hoping that the next leaves that come out are longer and closer to the pot and not so uppish. But when I see a couple new things coming Let's see if I can get closer. Let me move this thing off. There's one gnat. I think it's one dead gnat on there. So, I don't know if you can see it, but do you see that right there? That's a new leaf growing. If you see this here, where my finger is, that's a new leaf. I cut a couple leaves off that were obviously they were original, and they were a little bit yellow, so I cut those off. I'm not real sure how this plant does, but based off what I saw, it's supposed to grow down like this instead of flopping up like this. So we'll just have to wait and see. It is a immature plant. Juvenile is what they called it. So Plantamania this is the only plant they had, and it was juvenile. It was not a mature plant. So I'll just have to wait and see how it matures to see if I like it or not. But right now, I mean, it's a beautiful leaf. I think that leaf is just gorgeous. It's really neat because you can really feel those ripples. And then underneath that leaf, here's the underneath. So you see here, these divots are just so neat. So I really think this will be a beautiful plant as it gets older. So we'll just have to wait and see. So that is my update, I believe, for the Anthurium plants that I didn't record for you. And this is December 2nd. So by the time you see this, most likely this leaf will be out, close to being out, I would think. So I'll do another update as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe. That really helps my channel. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much. You honor me for coming back and watching. And I really love it when my viewers post comments, questions. Great rest of your day, and we will talk soon. Bye.